Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
The file that brings us together this morning is numbered 261592FH and is captioned People of the State of Michigan versus Charles Krieger. And are you Mr. Krieger?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Krieger.
Morning.
He's here along with his attorney, Mr. Doug Corwin. He's our public defender. And for the Attorney General's office is Mr. Ianni. Mr. Ianni, how are you, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor. We're fine.
Thanks for making the trip today. I've got some documents that indicates we're going to attempt a plea. Those documents include a plea agreement sheet signed by the attorneys, seems to be a signature by Mr. Krieger, and then a form of advice of rights also appears to have been signed by Mr. Krieger. With that, sir, would you raise your right hand? You promise that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Krieger. You may put your hand down. Mr. Krieger, are you on probation or parole in this court or any other court?
No, sir.
Other than the charges that bring us together today, do you have charges pending anywhere else?
No, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Krieger. Mr. Ianni, do you have terms for us?
The only terms are, Your Honor, the defendant will plead guilty to counts 1 and 2. Count 3 will be dismissed by the people.
Thank you. Mr. Corwin, is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Ianni. Would you read one of the counts into the record?
Yes, Your Honor. In the case of the people of the State of Michigan versus Charles Shane Krieger, people allege that on or between June 1, 2022, June 30, 2023, in the city of Corona, county of Shiawassee, Michigan, the defendant did not pay support for his child in the amount or at the time stated in an order entered by the Shiawassee County Court in file number 2017-002-2240. Contrary to MCL 750.165, this is a felony punishable up to 4 years in prison and or a fine of $2,000. He's also pleading guilty to count 2, Your Honor, which is the same allegation which takes place between the dates of July 1, 2023 and June 30, 2024. The outstanding arrearage as of 10/2/2025 was $9,494.74. Today's arrearage is $10,013.74.
What is the alleged arrearage in count 1?
I don't have the exact amount for count 1, Your Honor.
Well, I see on the bottom, total arrearage is $9,494.74. Is that for a combination of counts 1, 2, and 3?
That is for the entire arrearage since the entry of the court's order of child support.
On all 3 counts?
Right.
And is his understanding that he's going to make restitution, or are you just going to leave it to the court to order as a term of?
We will ask for that, Your Honor.
The Attorney General's office estimates sentencing guidelines of 0 to 9 months?
That is correct.
Thank you. Mr. Krieger, let's go through the terms of the plea together so the record reflects both you and I understand them. Would that be okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm told you're willing to plead guilty to counts 1 and 2. Both are felonies, failing to pay child support, punishable by up to 4 years imprisonment. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
I'm told you're willing to make restitution. Is that correct, Mr. Corwin? Is he willing to make the restitution as an order of the court?
He will, Your Honor. He's going to have a pending disability claim.
Okay. I mean, he's already ordered to pay in the family law matters, but I think it'll be an additional order, at least as a term of probation, that he makes those payments. That totals on all 3 counts, even of $9,494.74. And I'm told you're willing to pay all of that, even though count 3 is going to be dismissed. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ianni from the Attorney General's office estimates your sentencing guidelines would be 0 to 9 months. Did you hear that exchange that the court had with him?
Yes, sir.
It's important, Mr. Krieger, that you understand that that's only an estimate by the Attorney General's office. The court will score the accurate sentencing guidelines as we get close to your sentence date. Those will be the guidelines that we use. The accurate guidelines could be 0 to 9 months, Mr. Krieger, but I don't know because I haven't run the guidelines yet. I don't know enough about this case to intelligently do so. But I can assure you, sir, that by the time we get back together again for our sentence date, the court will run the accurate guidelines. The point of all that, Mr. Krieger, is to let you know is that if the court scores the guidelines differently than 0 to 9, let's say the court scores them 0 to 10, 0 to 11, 0 to 12, or even 0 to 6 or 0 to 7, you wouldn't be able to withdraw your plea on that issue. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Do you have any questions at all about the terms of the plea?
No, sir.
Other than what was placed on the record here moments ago, has anybody promised you, Mr. Krieger, anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Corn, you aware of any promises not placed on the record?
I am not, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Ianni.
I know, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Krieger. Has anybody threatened you or any members of your family to get you to plead guilty
No,
today?
sir.
Now, you're pleading guilty to 2 counts of failing to pay child support. Each is a 4-year felony because you are guilty of committing them both.
Yes, sir.
I'll just mention this. You understand that sentences for these crimes will run concurrent, right? They would not stack on.
Yes, sir.
All right. Has your attorney, Mr. Corwin, left the final decision as to whether or not to plead guilty up to you?
Yes, sir.
And has he talked to you about the different choices that you have to resolve this matter?
Yes, sir.
Has he explained to you, Mr. Krieger, that you have a right to a jury trial and all that entails?
Yes, sir.
Have you concluded then that this plea offer is in your own personal best interest?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand, sir, that once the court accepts your plea and finds you guilty, you give up or you waive your automatic right to appeal? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you wanted to appeal these proceedings to another court, you'd have to go to that court and ask them for permission or leave to appeal. Do you understand that?
Sir.
Any questions so far?
No.
Mr. Krieger, thank you. One of the forms I mentioned receiving earlier from your attorney is captioned advice or rights. When I look at the form handed to me by your attorney captioned advice or rights, I see a printed name on the bottom of the form. It reads Charles Krieger, and there's a signature above it. Is that your signature, Mr. Krieger?
Sir.
Did you read all the rights that are laid out on this form before you signed it?
Yes, sir.
Before you signed the advice or rights form, did your attorney, Mr. Corwin, did he make himself available to you to answer any questions you might have or address any concerns you may have about any of those rights?
Yes, sir.
Finally, Mr. Krieger, before you signed the advice or rights form, did you in your mind knowingly and willingly waive those rights?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Krieger, do you have any questions of the court regarding your rights?
No, sir.
Do you have any questions of the court regarding anything that touches and concerns the plea?
No, sir.
Are you ready to move forward?
Yes, sir.
Very well, Mr. Krieger. How do you plead to count 1, failing to pay child support?
Guilty.
How do you plead to count 2, failing to pay child support?
Guilty.
If we go back to the time and date set forth in the information, what happened on count 1 between the dates of June 1st, 2022 and June 30th, 2023 that makes you guilty of failing to pay child support in count 1?
Failure to pay my child support obligations.
Were you ordered to pay child support
Yes, sir.
between those dates?
Yes, sir.
Was it by this court in Shiawassee County?
Yes, sir.
Shiawassee County 35th Circuit Court, correct?
Yes, sir.
Which is obviously located in Shiawassee County.
Right.
Did you know you were supposed to pay child support?
Yes.
You were properly served with orders that required you to pay child support?
Yes, sir.
And so you were involved in those proceedings that set it up, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you said you didn't pay?
No.
Did you have the ability or resources to pay something between that period of time?
I should have paid something, yes.
Okay. All right. Good. I find you guilty. Let's move on to count 2 then. What happened between the dates, Mr. Krieger, between June 1, 2023 and June 30th of 2024?
Failure to pay my obligation.
And again, were you involved in the process of establishing that order?
Yes, sir.
You were served with notice, a hearing, had an opportunity to participate, correct?
Yes.
And so you knew you were supposed to pay child support. Yes. Is it true you didn't pay between those times in count 2? And you could have paid something more than you did?
Something, yes.
All right. All right. So you had the ability and resources to at least pay something more than you did, correct?
Sir.
And again, that was the 35th Circuit Court right here in Shiawassee County, correct?
Sure.
All right. I find you guilty on that count as well. Mr. Corwin, do you have a factual basis?
You do, Your Honor.
Mr. Ianni, do you concur with Mr. Corwin?
I do, Your Honor.
And Mr. Ianni, do you believe the court's complied with the guilty plea provisions of Michigan Court Rule 6.302, subsections B through D of that court rule?
It has, Your Honor.
Mr. Corwin, do you concur with Mr. Ianni?
I do, Your Honor.
I agree with the lawyers, Mr. Krieger. The court finds you guilty. It also finds that your pleas were understanding, voluntary, and accurate. Your convictions are now made a part of the record of this court. Let's check in with Mr. Schmidt for a sentence date.
May 22nd, 2026.
That's our sentence date, Mr. Krieger. Now that you have been found guilty, you'll be remanded to, go ahead.
Your Honor, I would like to make a request for reinstatement of a bond for him or a 5,000 PR bond. He was injured in February of 2025, a car accident, has broken back. He has indicated to myself, and he has a place to live here in Owasso on Woodlawn Ave. He's going to apply for disability. That would also assist in paying those child support payments. We have his medical records. I can verify to the court that he was involved in a car accident. They do exist, and we are providing him with a copy of those records to help facilitate his application for disability. We could go a long ways getting him started in that 6 weeks if the court would allow him out on bond.
The court has been chasing Mr. Krieger for years to get him to pay support on its family law matters for years. And he has a lot more than just this that's out there. So I'm going to put a hold on that. And I'm going to, if you want to file a motion and lay that out for me, Mr. Corn, I'd be happy to look at it. But I'm not inclined to give him a bond today when our sentencing is out just into next month. If you want to file a motion, I'll be happy to see it. And there likely will be more incarceration unless something is paid on these arrearages. Maybe those materials would be best put into a trial brief for the court or a sentencing memorandum for the court to consider. So this is a huge child support arrearage, and the court has spent a lot of time chasing Mr. Krieger to pay down on his support, and we just haven't had any luck. That's why the Attorney General is here and charged him with felonies, Mr. Corwin.
Thank you.
So I think he's going to sit in the county jail at least until his sentence date. But in the meantime, Mr. Krieger, jail personnel will need a DNA sample from you. It'll be a mouth swab. Will you do that for us?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Krieger. Also, an agent from the Michigan Department of Corrections will be along to interview you. It's a pretty important interview because a lot of what you say will go into a report that will be provided to the attorneys and to the court. And in it will be a recommendation as to what your sentence should be. So please be honest and forthright with the agent. If there's anything good you want me to know about you, let the agent know. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Krieger, and thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Charlie's in Corona with a 10 grand tab to clear. Blames it on a broken back to get him out of here.